Greetings and welcome everyone. I'm Laksimaka, the Flawed Mom. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So as you can see on the title of this video, like 2023 guys, I want to be one of those disciplined people. I actually want to save money, but I want to save this money with an objective. And now my objective is for next January. We know how tough January can be, and some of us actually just like spending money, and some of us, like myself, like spending money that they don't have. And January for me, it's one of those difficult months, and I wanted to actually challenge myself, one, to become disciplined, and then the second thing is to use that money to actually cover some of my January 2024 costs. So I wanted to do a 50 envelope challenge, but because I don't want to spend the money that I don't have on buying envelopes, so I thought, okay, you know what, let me use what I have. And this is what actually I have done, because I have books, I have old books that I didn't finish using last year. Then I thought, let me take one, let me take a few pages, let me cut them, and then after cutting them, I'm gonna make envelopes. So this is what I have done. So I have numbered these from 10 to 500, right? So this is actually what I'm gonna use to actually stuff the money, or to stash the money. So yes, there are quite few saving challenges that I have tried. I have done a stokvel where the money rotates. I have done a stokvel where we put money on one account, then we share it at the end of the year. I still have one of the stokvels, and I have just recently downloaded the Stash app. Now with the Stash app, I'm still new, still figuring it out. I started towards the end of December, I think around the 26th, 27th. So I actually stash every day, so it's up to you. The settings are up to you, but I'm gonna make a separate video on that. That is if people are interested on that one. But you can actually save money, guys. With load shedding, you stash money. When the sun is hot, you can also be able to stash in some money. It doesn't have to be like large sums of money. You can stash as little as 10 cents, 5 rands. It's up to you how much you want to stash. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. So here's what I have done. I have done these 50 envelopes. So now what I'm gonna do with each number, I'm gonna put the equivalent money, like the equivalent rands. So if the envelope says 500, so in here I'm gonna make sure that I have 500 rands, right? Then this is 490. So I'm gonna make sure that in here I put in 490. So as I was doing these envelopes, right, I had an extra one. So with this extra one, I thought, okay, let me do this one as a bonus, right? So I will see how much I put in there, and I am hoping that I become disciplined, because that's one of the things that actually delay me when I have to put money for something. And I actually want to teach myself that financial discipline, because I want to become debt free. So as much as for this year, I am saving for January next year, but eventually I want to be like one of those parents who actually pay school fees upfront, who actually cover the costs for the next year, like upfront. Yes, I cannot cover everything, but at least with the school fees in the next coming years, I actually want to save up money so that I can be able to cover school fees for the following year. Right now, with other debts as well, I will make sure that I cover them this year. There are those like small debts that I have that I think, especially with the accounts, yes, I don't have a lot, it's just 2, but I actually want to close them down, and so that I can know that I have the huge debts, which is my car, and also the rent, and obviously food and other stuff, but those will be covered by my salary. But again, I want to use this as a learning phase for me, so that I can teach myself to be disciplined, because when it comes to money, guys, I lack discipline. I'm one of those people who will chow money every chance they get. I'm gonna spend money. I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm gonna spend money, and I'm gonna spend money that I don't have, because I don't have money. But given a chance, because money makes me happy, I don't want to lie. I don't know about you, but nah. Money makes me happy, guys. So here's what I have done, because I had around 180 that I had in my wallet. I hardly withdraw cash. I don't know why. But yeah, I had that cash. So already on this one, I have the 10 rands inside here, which is, this is the first one, actually, number 10. So this is the first one. So I have 10 rands in here, and I stamped it. I closed it and I stamped it as a proof that, okay, this one is sealed, we're not touching it. And then the 20 rands one as well, as you can see. Yep. So also stamped, and I have a 50 rands in here. I also stamped it, closed, and 100 rands, right? So I'm gonna make another box where I'm gonna seal it, I'm gonna wrap it, I'm gonna put in glue if I have to, and just open a hole where I can actually fit this in there, and then I'm gonna put that inside up until I can reach the 500 envelope, which is envelope number 50. So it's up to you. You can actually go as far as 100 envelopes. You can go as far as whatever figure that you can think of, or even less than that. You can also do 10. You can also, let's say, you change your numbers starting from 100 up to 1,000 if you are using hundreds. Let's say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. It's up to you. But all I'm doing is to invite you guys to actually have this challenge with me. And if you find this useful, please let me know. If you have other saving challenges that you can share, please do, so that we can save money together. As I have mentioned, I have started with stash, and so far, if I am disciplined enough and do not cash out that money, and I'll actually be good, because I will use that money for December. So I want to use that particular money on stash for my December leisure, but not really leisure, because during December I start with the most important things. Now for me, the most important things in December: 1, uniform; 2, stationery; and also Christmas clothes. So around November, from October up to November, or from September up to November, I'm starting with Christmas clothes, I'm starting with stationery for the following year, I'm starting with uniform. So even this year, if I win with stash and be able to be disciplined enough and not cash out any money on stash, then I'll be able to use that money for stationery and uniform for the following year. And then with this physical stash now, this cash stuff, so what I'm gonna do is to use it for Jan, because guys, we know how difficult January can be. So I don't want that kind of stress in Jan. I know how frustrating money can be, not having money actually. not having money can be frustrating. I'm frustrated as we speaking right now, as I'm talking right now, but I'm so chilled this year. I don't want to lie, I'm so chilled, and I think it's because I started this year on a positive note. I try to be as positive as I can, and I want to actually end the year in that note. I actually want to be as positive as I can be. Not saying that I won't have any issues, but I just want to be positive throughout and everything. And as this year started, I think one of the reasons that made me actually become positive was to remind myself that growing up I was a cub and then became a scout, and one of the laws was a scout smiles and whistles under all difficulties. And that's what actually I took beginning of this year. And I'm not one person who actually set up New Year's resolutions, but this year I actually had a few, and one of them was actually to take things as they come and try to be as productive as I can. And also saving money is one of them. But what I want to do while I'm saving that money, I want to attach a goal on each saving. So I don't just want to save money for the sake of saving money, because what will happen is someone will come and will borrow money and I'm gonna give them, because I just have money aside. I don't have an objective for that money. So for this year I want to save money, but I want to attach objectives on that money. But hey, anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me. Once again, if you haven't subscribed up to this far, please do press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, guys, and you can also click the notification bell so that every time I post you can be notified. And yes, I'm still gonna come with a lot of content, and content that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to, not only parents or not only mothers, but I want to come up with content that will actually be relatable to almost everyone. So yeah, still gonna get down. Anyway, thank you so much once again. Much love from my side. Thank you so much.